So Christmas is over. I hope Santa Claus brought you everything you needed, which most likely would be a fishing pole and some new baits. That's pretty much all that matters. So I hope you got that. And if you didn't, well, maybe you'll be better next year. Hey guys, you're watching VentureTube, and welcome to Two Tip Tuesday. We're in the garage today. I'm going to show you a couple tips that I think will help you out. So let's get started. So we're looking at a Hobie PA14, which we all know we can stand up and fish out of these kayaks, the PA12, and there's other manufacturers that make kayaks that you can stand up and fish. However, sometimes, depending on the condition or maybe your age, it can be hard to get up and down. And Hobie has created the Hobie H-Bar. Now, I don't know if that's designed mostly to help you get up out of your chair or to help you keep your balance once you're standing. So here's a little tip that I believe will help anyone out that owns a kayak that they can stand up and fish in. So we're coming to the front of the kayak here, and you can see I have a rope tied off. This is the rope I use to help launch my kayak off the trailer. You guys probably have seen my trailer video. If you haven't, check it out. But this allows me to get the kayak off the trailer really easily, just like you would a boat if you were launching it by yourself. Basically what I've done, let me move this out of the way real quick. Is I've tied a knot, excuse me, I've tied a knot about the length of the Mirage drive wheel. It's right about at the end. I hope you can see that. And basically what that allows me to do is reach forward when I'm in a seated position, grab a hold of this loop, and help myself to stand up. Now, normally I really don't have too hard of a time standing up, but when I go to sit back down, a lot of times I kind of fall into my seat, which eventually over time will mess up that seat, and sometimes it will loosen up the bolts on the bottom that are connecting this particular seat to the tracks that are located on the bottom. So we don't want to mess up the seat. It's an expensive seat. I mean, it could be replaced with something else, but I find this seat to be quite comfortable. And again, just tied a little loop there, and I still have enough length on the end of the rope here to launch my kayak like I do normally. Just a little loop at the end there. I hold on to this. But you can keep that rope on the inside of your kayak, and again, when you're sitting down, you can hold on to that loop, and you'll have some leverage to keep yourself from falling back down into your seat really hard. I've had that happen to me several times. So that quick little loop there can save your legs and potentially keeping you from falling out of your kayak, which we don't want to do. And as long as you got a good attachment point on the front, if you don't own a Hobie, maybe you own a different type of kayak that has the little T-handle tied in the front, maybe you can latch onto that. As long as you can get some type of rope tied there, or maybe on the inside here of your kayak on your sit on top, it should make standing up a lot easier. So I hope that tip helps you out. It's definitely helped me out. I don't plan on getting the Hobie H-Bar. My problem is getting to a standing position and sitting back down. It's not my balance once I am standing. So if you need more balance while you are standing, the Hobie H-Bar is something to consider. If you don't own a Hobie but you're still standing and fishing and find yourself needing more stability, I'm sure there's something that could be made out of PVC or a conduit that would work essentially the same way the Hobie H-Bar does. So, okay, well that's tip number one. Let's move on to tip number two. Okay, tip number two. You guys have seen that on a couple of my past videos I had a little leak, and I found out it was coming from these bungees. Well, it's good practice every time you get your kayak off the water and it's in your garage or wherever you're storing it, to take a peek inside the hole, see if you got a leak. And if you don't, it's all fine and dandy. But another good thing to do is, if you have a bin like on the front here on the Hobie, take it out and leave it out and leave your lid open. Sometimes you'll get home and you'll forget to do this, and then maybe a week goes by, a couple months, and you open this up and it smells horrible. And you don't want moisture building up in here. There's not really too much stuff that can mold or, you know, maybe get on the foam blocks that are located on the inside of the hole, but it is a good idea to let this air out. What you can do, sometimes I do it if it's really bad and I forgot to open this, you can place a small fan blowing towards the rear of the kayak, and open up your rear hatch back here, or you could even go as far as leaving that sealed and open up your drain plugs right back here. You can unscrew those just like that. That way you got airflow going through the whole kayak, coming out here in the back. So just something to keep in mind. Maybe some of you guys aren't having problems with this, but the Hobie PA14, that's a lot of air in there. That's a lot of volume. This is a big kayak, so you do want to keep some fresh air in there and have it smelling nice. That way you won't run into any problems. Not that I think you would, but it just stinks really bad sometimes. So just a tip: open that up, leave it out. Maybe when you're charging your batteries, just don't forget to take your front bin out. Heck, every once in a while, like I said, maybe you want to put a fan in there and get some fresh air through the whole thing. It works good. Alright guys, just a short recap. We can help ourselves get up and down when we're wanting to get to a standing position in our kayak. And we've learned how to keep our kayak smells down. Open up your hatches and let it breathe a little bit, just like you would in a boat. So that's about it for this episode. I appreciate you guys for watching. If these tips helped you out, make sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And happy holidays from VentureTube. Make sure to check out my website at www.venturetube.net. I'm going to be adding some new things here soon, hopefully. I appreciate all your support. Leave me a comment below what you think about the video, and I will catch you on the next episode. Come on. I'm either gonna scare the heck out of the kids, or they're gonna love me. We'll see.